What if I told you that 6 powerful numbers, quietly appearing throughout July 2025, could shift the course of your financial destiny and open the door to a deeper, more aligned kind of prosperity, not through luck, not through chance, but through divine design? Because these numbers, they aren't just digits. For centuries, great mystics and prophets, from Nostradamus, who mapped out future timelines with eerie precision, to Baba Vanga, whose visions often came through dreams and symbols, believed that numbers carry energy, not man-made energy, but cosmic frequencies, echoing through time, space, and soul. They understood that numbers align with planetary movements, energetic portals, and the hidden architecture of reality. And when a specific number begins to appear again and again on a clock, a receipt, a license plate, it's not coincidence, it's communication. Maybe you've felt it too. That strange sense of déjà vu. The same digits showing up in moments that feel too specific to ignore. That's not your imagination, it's your intuition. Remembering something your mind hasn't fully grasped yet. Because whether we realize it or not, we are always being guided. And in this moment right now, the universe may be sending you signs through 6 sacred numbers, each carrying a vibration meant to align you with wealth, clarity, and higher timing. And if you stay with me till the end, I'll reveal one hidden master number, a powerful numerical key said to amplify manifestation when used with crystal clear intention. The philosopher Pythagoras once said, "Number is the ruler of forms and ideas, and the cause of gods and demons." He wasn't speaking in metaphor, he was pointing to a truth the ancients knew well. Numbers don't just reflect your reality. Sometimes they create it. So before we dive in, pause, take a deep breath, feel your energy settle, and if you're truly ready to align with what the universe is trying to show you, tap that like button now as your digital intention. Subscribe to Old Buddhist Philosophy, where ancient wisdom meets divine timing, and comment below to anchor this moment into your timeline. I trust the signs. I am ready to receive. Now, let's begin the journey. Number 18 doesn't arrive with noise or spectacle. It slips into your life quietly, in moments of stillness. In the flicker of a candle, the pause between thoughts, the breath you didn't realize you were holding. In the realm of Buddhist philosophy, 18 is not just a number, it's a spiritual mirror, gently reflecting both your inner resilience and your potential for transformation. It carries the vibration of endurance, wisdom, and a quiet kind of power, the kind that is shaped not through ease, but through evolution. It is no coincidence that Baba Vanga often spoke of rebirth through hardship, and Nostradamus wrote cryptic verses about a number linked to perseverance and divine timing. Many scholars now believe that number was 18, a sign of the soul's ability to rise from ruin. If you're seeing 18, it may be because you've already walked through the fire. You've endured the collapse of things once thought permanent. You've battled in silence, rebuilt in solitude, and adapted when no one was watching. Now, 18 asks a question many avoid. Can you release who you were in order to become who you were meant to be? As July unfolds, the energy of 18 aligns with your inner frequency, not to rush you forward, but to invite a shift, from holding on to letting go, from resistance to surrender, from survival to expansion. This is not about luck, it's about alignment with the unseen order. So the next time you notice 18 on a receipt, a timestamp, or whispered in a dream, pause, breathe, let it anchor you back into the truth you already know. What you seek is already within you. You need only remember. And remember this, success doesn't begin in the world around you. It begins within. Number 26 doesn't demand your attention. It doesn't shout, it whispers. You'll find it lingering in the background on door numbers, timestamps, receipts that seem too ordinary to notice. But the truth is, 26 often arrives when your soul is ready to rebuild, not from chaos, but from clarity. In spiritual numerology, the number 2 symbolizes connection, cooperation, and inner sensitivity, while 6 represents stability, responsibility, and grounded purpose. When these two energies come together, 26 forms a sacred code, not for chasing wealth, but for attracting it through alignment. This number is a cosmic nudge, an energetic message from the universe, gently asking, are you building your life from anxiety or from awareness? The teachings of Buddhist philosophy remind us that true abundance isn't grasped, it's received through harmony. And in his cryptic writings, Nostradamus hinted at the merging of opposites around key numbers, an inner union that brings both material and spiritual reward. Many numerologists believe 26 carries this very vibration. When 26 shows up repeatedly, it's not just a pattern, it's a sign that the foundation of your life is being tested and refined. Your relationships, your daily rhythms, your beliefs about security and self-worth, all of these are being brought into alignment, not just so you can make money, but so you can hold it with peace and use it with purpose. So the next time 26 finds you, don't rush past it. Pause, breathe, and ask yourself, am I chasing or am I becoming? Because 26 is not just a number, it's an initiation, one that prepares you to receive not only financial blessings, but deeper meaning, grounded vision, and the freedom that comes from living in truth. Number 22 doesn't arrive with fireworks. It doesn't shout its presence or rush the process. It is a quiet force, steady, grounded, unshakable. Known in numerology as the master builder, 22 carries the rare energy of bringing visions into form. It doesn't deal in fantasy, it deals in foundation. It whispers to those who dream, not just to imagine, but to build, brick by brick, breath by breath. This energy mirrors the core of Buddhist teaching, the path of mindful presence, sacred discipline, and inner stillness. Enlightenment, like mastery, is not won in a moment. It is cultivated, step by step, through patience and presence. 22 is also aligned with the energy of Saturn, the cosmic teacher, the planet of structure, responsibility, and timing. Saturn doesn't offer shortcuts, it offers truth. And truth, are you willing to walk the path, even when no one's watching? In mid-July 2025, if you feel a subtle inner pull, a quiet nudge to start something grounded and real, don't ignore it. That feeling is the energy of 22 calling you into action, not impulsively, but intentionally. You don't need applause. You don't need permission. You need vision and the willingness to honor that vision with consistent steps. Because 22 reminds you, success isn't loud, it's steady. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Zen proverb. So if you're feeling the quiet urge to create, to rebuild, or to finally start what your soul has been whispering about, listen. This is not just a dream. This is your time to build. At first, the energy of number 16 can feel like collapse, a sudden ending, a job lost, a relationship fractured, or the quiet ache of realizing that the life you're living no longer fits the shape of who you're becoming. It's easy to mistake this for failure, but in spiritual numerology, and especially in Buddhist philosophy, disruption is not destruction. It is realignment. 16 is often misunderstood, but those who study its vibration know it doesn't come to ruin you, it comes to reveal you. This number carries the energy of awakening, sometimes uncomfortable, often unexpected, but always purposeful. It's the gentle yet firm hand of the universe pulling you out of illusion and back into truth. In Buddhist thought, this is the moment of ego disillusionment, when the outer form begins to dissolve so that the inner path can emerge. Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live. Dorothy Thompson. When 16 shows up, it asks a simple, powerful question. Are you living from fear or from awareness? This number doesn't offer false comfort. It invites honesty. It peels away what is false, your masks, your outdated patterns, the identities built on survival, and asks you to return to what's real. Nostradamus once wrote of a falling tower that frees the mind, a metaphor many believe aligns with the vibration of 16. The fall is not the end, it is the invitation to rise, reborn, and recenter. So when 16 begins to appear, especially during emotional shifts in July, don't panic. Sit still, breathe. Let the silence guide you, because what looks like chaos may just be your breakthrough in disguise. This is your sacred reset, a clearing for something truer, freer, and more aligned than anything you've known before. Number 35 arrives like a gentle breeze before a shift in season, not to uproot, but to redirect. It brings together two potent forces: 3, the number of creativity, spiritual intuition, and divine expression, and 5, the number of freedom, movement, and transformation. Together, they form a rare vibration, one that doesn't push you into chaos, but guides you toward mindful, conscious change. In Buddhist wisdom, we're reminded that transformation doesn't always require destruction. Often it only requires refinement. Number 35 echoes this truth. It appears when your soul no longer needs a full restart, just a realignment, a tuning, a returning to what matters most. You may notice it during times of decision, when you're standing at the edge of old habits, sensing something new calling your name, yet hesitant to leap. And that's the gift of it doesn't ask you to burn your life down, it asks you to elevate it. You don't need to abandon everything. You just need to listen, adjust, shift with clarity, not fear. The great seers, like Baba Vanga, who believed that certain numerical patterns marked periods of awakening, spoke of energies like 35 as signals of personal evolution, not dramatic upheaval. And 35 is exactly that. Not a storm, but a turning point. So if this number keeps showing up in conversations, in random moments, in dreams, it's time to ask yourself, am I resisting evolution, or am I ready to rise into alignment? Because 35 doesn't come to break you down. It comes to build you up, with grace, with intention, and with the quiet power of someone finally stepping into their truth. Number 44 doesn't sparkle or shout. It doesn't need to. It carries a different kind of power, quiet, rooted and unshakable, known in numerology as the number of stability, structure, and sacred discipline. 44 arrives not to dazzle you, but to anchor you. It asks one simple soul-deep question: are you rooted enough to grow? As July reaches its midpoint and the energetic tides begin to shift, 44 emerges like a still stone beneath the waves, calling you to slow down, steady your steps, and build something lasting. In Buddhist philosophy, peace is not something we stumble into. It's something we practice, moment by moment, choice by choice. 44 mirrors this truth. It reminds you that real mastery isn't impulsive, it's intentional, repetitive, and sacred. To Nostradamus, 44 was believed to mark key turning points in personal timelines, a number linked not to chaos, but to course correction. And for Baba Vanga, it symbolized a shield of spiritual energy, a protective force guiding you when the world feels uncertain. So when 44 begins to appear on clocks, in patterns, or in the moments when your path feels unclear, don't dismiss it. Listen closely. It may be your higher self asking, am I acting from panic or from purpose? Because 44 is here to ground you, to hold you steady in the storm, to remind you that you don't need to rush. You need to build with clarity, with care, and with confidence. The trees that are slow to grow bear the best fruit. Let 44 be your foundation. Let it echo in your actions, in your breath, in your becoming. Because true success doesn't scream. It rises silently, steadily, and sustainably. Now pause. Take a deep breath and look back at the path you've just walked. From the mirror of 18, reflecting your quiet strength, to the grounding wisdom of 26, aligning your life with purpose, to the builder's code of 22, guiding your visions into form, to the sacred disruption of 16, clearing space for truth, to the creative evolution of 35, inviting you to rise with grace, and finally, to the unshakable foundation of 44, anchoring you in power and peace. These are more than numbers. They are frequencies, messages, spiritual signals encoded into the flow of time. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance. You were called here for a reason. To remember that abundance is not something you chase, it's something you align with. These numbers are not here to entertain you. They are here to awaken you. When the student is ready, the numbers appear. So ask yourself, gently, what is life trying to align within me? If this touched your soul, anchor your intention now. Comment below. I trust the process. I receive with intention. Like, share, and subscribe. Support the light you're becoming. This is old Buddhist philosophy, where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening. And your journey is only just beginning.